So you've done it. You've built this absolutely brilliant AI agent on your laptop. And it feels like pure magic, right? But now you're staring at this huge gap between your working prototype and a real live application that people can actually use. Well, in this explainer, we're going to show you exactly how to bridge that gap. Oh, you know that feeling. It's that incredible moment when your code just comes alive. It's responding, it's interacting, it's doing everything you dreamed it would. It's that total developer high, right? That rush when you realize, wow, I actually built something pretty special here. And then reality hits. Bam. Suddenly, it's not just about your cool agent anymore. Now you've got to think about deploying it, scaling it, securing it, monitoring it, all this stuff. You've just slammed right into the production wall. And it's this huge, tangled mess of infrastructure that, let's be honest, has nothing to do with the cool AI logic you spent all that time on. All right, section 1, the idea versus reality. And this is exactly that gap we're talking about. It's where the rubber meets the road, and it's filled with all these hidden traps, you know? Like, how are you going to make sure this thing can handle 1,000 people using it at once without just falling over? Or what happens when it breaks at 3 in the morning? I mean, just look at this list. Seriously, infrastructure as code, CI/CD pipelines, service accounts, monitoring, security. The list goes on and on. And here's the kicker. None of this stuff makes your AI agent any smarter, not one bit. This is all just scaffolding. It's what people call undifferentiated heavy lifting, and it can literally take weeks of work. It just sucks all the creative energy right out of you. So what if you could just skip all of that? Like, completely bypass that mountain of work and just focus on the fun part, the agent itself. Well, that's exactly what we're talking about today. This is where the Google Cloud Agent Starter Pack comes into play. So what is it? Think of it like a pre-built, high-performance chassis for a race car. You get to build the custom engine, that's your unique AI logic, but the frame, the suspension, the safety features, all that enterprise-grade stuff is already done for you. It gives you the infrastructure, the deployment pipelines, the monitoring, everything right out of the box. And the whole idea behind it is super simple. You focus on what makes your agent special, and the starter pack handles all the boring, complicated stuff. It's not going to write your AI for you. That's your job. It's about getting you out of the business of being a full-time DevOps engineer so you can get back to being an AI expert. Okay, so that all sounds great in theory, but how does it actually work? Let's dive into the local development loop. We're going to see how you can build and test your agent super fast right on your own computer. The whole local workflow is built for speed. It's a simple 3-step process. First, you do what you already do. Prototype your ideas in a notebook. Play around with prompts, models, tools, whatever. Then, once you've got something good, you just take that logic and pop it into this one Python file, app/agent.py. And finally, step 3, you test it out. And testing could not be easier. You just run one command, make playground. That's it. This thing instantly fires up a little interactive UI right on your machine. And the best part? It has hot reloading. So you make a change, you hit save, and boom, it's updated right away. It makes for this really tight, really fast, super efficient dev cycle. All right, so your agent is looking awesome locally. Now it's time for the big leap, deploying it to the cloud. And this is where the starter pack really shines. It takes what is normally a super complicated process and breaks it down into 2 simple stages. So stage 1 is all about deploying to a cloud dev environment. And notice, we're not going straight to production, no way. This first step gives you a safe little sandbox up in the cloud. It's a place where you can test things out in a real cloud environment, but without any risk of messing things up for your actual users. And getting that dev environment set up is, again, super simple. It's just a few commands. First, you tell it what Google Cloud project to use. Then you run make setup dev-env. This command is awesome. It uses Terraform under the hood to automatically set up all the cloud stuff you need. Finally, you run make backend, which deploys your code. And just like that, boom, your agent is running live in the cloud, ready for you to test. Okay, so now your agent is humming along nicely in your own private cloud environment. You've kicked the tires, you're happy with it. So, you ready to go for the real thing? Are you ready to set up the fully automated pipeline to staging and production? Because this is the magic trick. It all comes down to one single command. Agent starter pack setup CI/CD. I'm not kidding. This one line does what would normally take a team of engineers weeks of painstaking, error-prone work to set up a proper CI/CD pipeline. So what's happening when you run that? It's nuts. It creates a brand new GitHub repo for you. It uses Terraform to build out all the infrastructure for both a staging and a production environment, keeping them totally separate. It hooks everything up to your CI/CD system, whether that's Google Cloud Build or GitHub Actions. It sets up all the automatic triggers. So now, every time you push code, it just deploys safely and automatically. It builds you a complete enterprise-grade deployment pipeline in like minutes. But wait, there's more. Because getting your agent deployed is really just the beginning of the story, right? The next big challenge is, what is it actually doing out there in the wild? How do you know if it's working well? How do you debug it? Well, guess what? The starter pack has you covered there too. And again, it's all out of the box. The second your agent goes live, it's already fully instrumented for observability. It's automatically capturing all this open telemetry data. So what does that mean for you? It means you can pop into CloudTrace and see the entire lifecycle of every single request. Find a bottleneck? Easy. You can go into cloud logging and see the exact prompts and outputs your agent is handling. Perfect for debugging weird behavior. And all of that data can get piped right into BigQuery, so you can do long-term analysis. It even comes with pre-built dashboards in Looker Studio to visualize everything. And you get all of this without writing a single line of monitoring code. It's just there. So let's just recap here. Look at the two journeys. The manual way, it's a total slog. You're wrestling with Terraform, you're manually deploying things, you're trying to bolt on monitoring after the fact. It takes forever. With the Agent Starter Pack, you get production-ready infrastructure, an automated CI/CD pipeline, and observability built right in from the start. It basically turns a marathon into a sprint. You can get from that initial idea to a real, scalable, monitored app in just a tiny fraction of the time. Look, at the end of the day, this is about more than just saving time. It's about liberating your creativity. It gets rid of all that friction, all that pain that stands between your amazing idea and an application that can actually go out and make a difference in the world. So with all that boring, complicated production stuff handled for you, the only real question left is, what awesome thing are you going to build next?